The question before each of us is not, can someone lead a good life without Christianity? The question is, can I?
Again, you're being very pragmatic about this. Or so it would seem. I would say that it's equally, if not more pragmatic, to also ask the can someone question. Why? Because if the answer to the can someone question is yes, but the can I question is no, I would think that it's very important to be able to distinguish what the difference is and how to get the can I level to the can someone level. Again, as I said before, if we focus on ourselves only and if we ignore the fact that we are not a one-person society and that other people have different viewpoints and different ways of doing things, we're missing a huge picture and we're not going to get as far.
We all know there have been good men who were not Christians. Men like Socrates and Confucius who had never heard of it. Or men like J.S. Mill who quite honestly couldn't believe it. Supposing Christianity to be true, these men were in a state of honest ignorance or honest error.
Why can't I ask the question, can someone or can I live a good life without Christianity and be in the category of honest error?
If their intentions were as good as I suppose them to have been, for of course I can't read their secret hearts, I hope and believe that the skill and mercy of God will remedy the evils which their ignorance, left to itself, would naturally produce both for them and for those whom they influenced.
So let's say that you're right. Those people were honestly erroneous. And let's also say that your God decides to not be merciful and sends them to hell. Would you stand by your God's decision? Would you think that your God made a moral, righteous, merciful decision, even though the person's crime was just not knowing or not believing in him?
But the man who asks me, can't I lead a good life without believing in Christianity, is clearly not in the same position. The man who asks this question has heard of Christianity and is by no means certain that it may not be true.
How do you get from this to the assumption that anybody who asks the question, can I live a good life without Christianity, is not honestly erroneous?
To such a man, it might be enough to reply that he is really asking to be allowed to get on with being good before he has done his best to discover what good means.
I love definitions. I love having good standing definitions for myself. However, if someone doesn't have a standing definition for the word good, that doesn't mean that they're a bad person.
But that is not the whole story. We need not inquire whether God will punish him for his cowardice and laziness. They will punish themselves.
Oh, so you do believe that people send themselves to hell. Okay, that's a relief. I thought you were trying to imply that God had nothing to do with it, that it wasn't his choice whether you go to heaven or hell.
The man is shirking. He is deliberately trying not to know whether Christianity is true or false, because he foresees endless trouble if it should turn out to be true. He is like the man who won't go to the doctor when he first feels a mysterious pain because he is afraid of what the doctor might tell him. The man who remains an unbeliever for such reasons is not in a state of honest error. He is in a state of dishonest error.
Look, just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't mean that they're being dishonest or lazy. Have you ever considered that maybe they haven't been presented with enough good evidence or good reasons for believing in what you're presenting to them? And it's really unfair and very dishonest of you to just assume that they're doing it out of spite.
To leave the receiver off the telephone because it might be he who was ringing up. To leave unopened certain letters in a strange handwriting because they might be from him. This is a different matter.
If I had any reason to believe that a phone call or letter were from God, I would be the first to answer it. I would be the first to open up that letter. But you know what? There is no reason why I would think that. And even if there were, I'm pretty knowledgeable to a very high degree that it wouldn't happen. And truth be told, whenever I hear my phone ring, I am never in a state where I'm crouching, going, "Oh no! I don't want to answer because it might be God!"
You may not be certain yet whether you ought to be a Christian, but you do know you ought to be a man, not an ostrich hiding its head in the sand.
That is false, sir. I don't know that I should be a man. I just know that I am a man. And quite personally, I find it really unfortunate. I would much rather be an animal like, I don't know, a house cat that has no worries, no reason to care about anything in the world, no inquisitions. But yet, I'm a human with my complex emotions and I have to deal with them.
Well, if you must have it, my answer is yes.
Can you please give any evidence for why that is the case?
Here is a door, behind which, according to some people, the secret of the universe is waiting for you. Either that's true, or it isn't. And if it isn't, then what the door really conceals is simply the greatest fraud, the most colossal sell on record.
Another false dichotomy? Seriously, what if the people who believe in the door genuinely believe it, but they're honestly wrong? Why can't the people be honestly wrong about the door?
Isn't it obviously the job of every man, that is a man and not a rabbit, to try and to find out which, and then to devote his full energies either to serving this tremendous secret or to exposing and destroying this gigantic humbug?
I'm going to be very empathetic with you. I understand where you're coming from. To you, your door is a magnificent thing, and beyond it lies every answer, even though you don't have them now. Eventually, because of what lies beyond that door, you will have everything you need. But when I look around, I don't just see your door. I see hundreds of doors, and each of them has people claiming that their door is correct, that their door has all the answers. And I've looked at a few. I've looked at a few doors that are very similar to yours, I'm sure. And you know what I found? I found that they're not convincing, that they're not well-founded, that they have contradictions, that they have problems. They're not what they claim to be. And I can't go around looking at every single door with such scrutiny. It takes too long. It's inefficient. I had to build a system by which I tell myself what kind of claims I'm going to believe. How do I know things? How do I know which things are wrong? And I cannot accept that your door is correct without you giving reasons, good justifications, and good evidence for why your door is correct. I'm sorry, but that is how it is.
Mere morality is not the end of life. You were made for something quite different from that.
Okay, what is that? How do you know that we were made for a higher purpose? And while we're at it, how do you know we were even made with a purpose? These answers are not being answered. And you're just making a bunch of assertions and backing them up with more unfounded assertions.
Morality is indispensable, but the divine life, which gives itself to us and which calls us to be gods, intends for us something in which morality will be swallowed up. A real man, an ageless God, a son of God.
I don't know if you're being literal or not. If you are, I strongly suggest that you check out Mormonism. If not, is this what you mean by more than morality? And if so, you haven't really described what such a life is. You're just asserting that it is and that people should strive for it. Aside from assertions, you're not giving much reason. In my subjective opinion, this is a bunch of crap. Seriously, this was terrible on both the part of C.S. Lewis and Inspiring Philosophy. Yeah, Inspiring Philosophy does not get away from this, because Inspiring Philosophy put this up online as if it were good, which it isn't. It's full of false dichotomies, inconsistencies, bad logic. The reasons that it gives are terrible when they're even given. Most of it is just assertions upon assertions, most of which are unfounded assertions, and they're not self-evident. If you want to say that being a good, upstanding person is bad, or just isn't good enough, You have to give some good reasons for why you're saying that. You have to present what else is there. You have to explain what that else is, as opposed to just asserting that it is. You have to describe it. To the viewers of this video, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to watch as much of this video as you already have. You can go ahead and watch the original video to make sure that I wasn't being dishonest in my cutting and taking things out of too much context. But I would brace myself if I were you, because this is a bunch of garbage. I'm the Philosophlot, aka Keegan, and this has been a less than enjoyable video. Talk to you later.